This video is to show you how to use the TI-84 calculator to evaluate exponential functions and to solve exponential equations in section 4.2. This first function needs to be evaluated at -1. Notice how this function is solved by hand. The answer is 9. To evaluate this function at -1 using the TI-84 calculator, press open parentheses, alpha y equals number 1, type in 1 and press the down arrow, type in 9 and press the right arrow, press close parentheses and the caret key, type in -1. Press enter. This gives an answer of 9. Personally, I think that it is more easily done by hand. Besides, it gives you practice for the ones for which the TI-84 cannot directly provide you with an answer, like in our next problem. But let me show you how the TI-84 can help verify that you have done your work correctly. On the TI-84 calculator, type in 2 and press the caret key. Press alpha y equals number 1. Press 7 and the down arrow. Type in 2, press enter. This gives an answer of 11.3137085. Notice the instructions ask for answers using a radical or exact value. Whenever you get these instructions, a decimal answer cannot be used. I have provided you with 2 ways to evaluate this function. Pick the one that you understand the best and use it. Now let's type in the exact answer provided here, 8 square root of 2, into the TI-84 calculator. Type in 8 and press second and the square root key. Type in 2. Press enter. Notice the answer is an exact match for our original attempt. This tells you that your steps are correct and verifies that you have the right answer. This is a great way to verify that you have the correct answer on a test before you submit the test. To solve these types of equations analytically, you need to remember 2 key facts. First, you must find the common basis for the right-hand and left-hand sides of the equation. And then you convert both sides of the equation to a common base. Look at the problem on the right. Multiply the terms and the exponents to get a simplified expression for each exponent. The second thing you must remember is that once you have a common base, you set the left and right hand exponents equal to each other and solve the resulting equation. To solve these equations using the TI-84 calculator, on the TI-84 calculator, set the left-hand side of the equation equal to y1. And set the right-hand side of the equation equal to y2. To solve the first equation on the left using the TI-84 calculator, press y equals. If something is in y1, press clear. Type in 3 and press the caret key. Type in 2x subtraction 3 and press the down arrow. Type in 9. Press graph. Make sure that you can see the intersection point. To solve an equation, you need to be able to see the intersection point of the graphs from both sides of the original equation on the screen. And you can see them on this graph. Press second, calculate. Select number 5, intersection. Press enter 3 times. Notice the intersection, x equal to 2.5 at the bottom of the screen. This is a decimal. The problem as stated requires an integer or fractional answer. A decimal answer violates this stated requirement for the answer to the problem. A decimal answer cannot be used. This answer must be converted to a fraction. To do this, press second, quit. Press math and select number 1, frac for fraction. This takes your last answer and converts it into a fraction. Press enter. This gives the answer of 5 halves. To solve the second equation on the right using the TI-84 calculator, press y equals. Press clear to clear y1. Type in 81 and the caret key. Type in 5x and press the down arrow. Press clear to clear y2. Type in 27 and press the caret key. Type in x plus 1. Press graph. Make sure you can see the intersection point. You cannot, so you need to adjust the screen. Press window. Pick a number greater than 10. Let's say 100. Change Y max to 100 to move the window on the screen up. Press graph. Now you can see the intersection point on the screen. Finding a good window for your problem can be, in some cases, a lot of trial and error. There is no one window that works for all problems. And sometimes you need to just keep looking to find a good window. Press second, calculate. Select number 5, intersection. Press enter 3 times. Notice the intersection, x equals to 0.1764706 at the bottom of the screen. This is a decimal, and we cannot use this answer in its decimal form. This answer must be converted to a fraction. To do this, press second, quit. Press math and select number 1, frac for fraction. If there is not an answer before the arrow frac, like on the previous line, you need to put it in. Press clear and press second, answer. Press math and select number 1, frac for fraction. Press enter. This gives the answer of 3/17. There are 2 things you need to remember when solving the equations on this page. First, to remove the rational exponent from the variable. you need to raise both sides of the equation by the power of the reciprocal of the rational exponent. Notice 4/7 times 7/4 equals 1. And 7/3 times 3/7 also equals 1. This step cancels the exponential power on the left side of each equation. This frees up or simplifies the variable. Second, notice the radical power in the third step of each solution sequence. If the radical has an even power, you will get a positive and negative solution. If the radical is an odd power, your answer will match the sign of the number on the right-hand side of the equation. Thus, you get a negative answer in the second equation and not a positive one. Now let's solve this using the TI-84 calculator. Press Y equals. Press clear to clear Y1. Type in X and press the caret key. You must use X and not R in the TI-84. In fact, all variables must be changed to X before the TI-84 can solve their equations. X is the only variable that the TI-84 understands. Press alpha Y equals number 1. Press 4 in the down arrow. Press 7 in the down arrow. Press clear to clear Y2. Type in 16 and press graph. Notice two things. First, the window is still set for the last problem. And second, there are no intersection points shown. To restore the original window, press zoom 6. This fixes the window, but there are still no intersection points to be seen. And the second graph is now missing. Since the right hand of the equation is 16, we will need a y max greater than 16, so let's use 20. From the solutions shown on the slide, we know that negative 128 and 128 are answers. Now, since negative 150 is less than negative 128, and 150 is greater than 128, we pick x min equal to negative 150, x max equal to 150, press window. Set x min to negative 150. Set x max to 150. And set y max to 20. Don't change anything else. Press graph. You can now see 2 points of intersection. Press second, calculate, select number 5 intersection, press enter 3 times. Notice the intersection x equal to 128 at the bottom of the screen. This is your first solution. Press second, calculate. Select number 5 intersect. Notice the x is on the current solution. Use the right or left arrows to force the x to the other intersection point. Press the left arrow until the x is on top of the second point. because it will never go there on its own. Press enter 3 times. Notice the intersection x equal to negative 128 at the bottom of the screen. This is your second solution. Now let's solve the second equation using the TI-84 calculator. Press y equals. Press clear to clear y1. Press X and press the caret key. Press alpha y equals number 1. Type in 7 and press the down arrow. Type in 3 and press the down arrow. Press clear to clear y2. Type in negative 128 and press graph. Notice 2 things. First, the window is still set for the last problem, and second, there are no intersection points shown. To restore the original window, press zoom 6. This fixes the window, but there still is not an intersection point to be seen, and the second graph is missing again. Since the right-hand side of the equation is negative 128, we need a y-min less than negative 128. So let's use negative 150. Press window. Set y-min to negative 150. Don't change anything else. Press graph. You can now see your point of intersection. Press second calculate. Select number 5, intersection. Press enter 3 times. Notice the intersection x equal to negative 8 at the bottom of the screen. This is your solution. When calculating present value of an investment, we use the compound interest formula to solve for P. Here, A equals 27,000, R equals 0.05, compounding quarterly gives us N equal to 4. With the time of 10 quarters, we need to divide 10 quarters by 4 quarters per year to get T equal to 2.5 years. This is because interest rates and time must match. And unless otherwise stated, interest rates are always in years. Therefore, if time is not in years, we must convert it into years. Now let's solve this using the TI-84 calculator. Press second quit to get out of the screen. Press alpha y equals number 1. Type in 27,000 and press the down arrow. Press open parentheses 1 plus. Press alpha y equals number 1. Type in 0.05 and press the down arrow. Press 4, the right arrow, and close parentheses. Press the caret key. Type in 4 times 2.5. Press enter. Round the answer to get 23,845.89. $23,845.89 is your answer. We're done.